Hey, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing today? All right. So today we're going to talk about humility. Yeah, let's talk about that. So, humility is sometimes very hard for people to do, and but it's a good thing. And pride can really get in the way, of success sometimes. Being too proud to take a risk, right? Even if it's a calculated one. Some people are scared to take that risk. They're afraid of getting their ego or their pride hurt, right? Or they try something for a little bit. They're not very successful at it. They don't excel at it right away. So they don't want to not look good, so they quit. Versus think of some things you're good at now that you were shitty at when you first started, but you were real young when you did it. You were a kid, or you were, maybe not a kid, but like a young adult, like a young kid, like 18 to 23 years old, right? And you didn't really give a fuck, If you look stupid doing something because you were passionate about it and you thought you could do it, and so eventually you did it, even though you fell flat on your face a bunch of times. So, try to leave your ego at the door, and humility is a great attribute to have. Listening with the 2 ears and doing less talking, because you got one mouth and 2 ears for a reason, right? And that's why it's just better to just pay attention, absorb it, take it all in. Sure, share enough of your experiences to help people. Absolutely, there is a time to talk, and walk the walk as well. Don't tell somebody to do something and do the exact opposite, because people aren't gonna trust you. So, if you're gonna, for example, how many people hire a fat personal trainer unless they have some titles behind them, right? Not very often, okay? There's a reason for that, okay? They want somebody who looks the part, acts the part, lives that lifestyle. Fair enough? So, keep that in mind, and, something that hits you harder than anything else is when you fall flat on your face, and you're not quite as hot shit as you thought you were. Maybe you had millions of dollars, you lost it all, okay? Or you just you had looks one time, if they fade away, you get old, okay? You had a nice body at one time, something happened, maybe health-wise, you got old and quit doing it, whatever it is, and your beautiful body got not so beautiful anymore, okay? There's going to come a time and a place where, unless you get to, do a, sayonara, James Dean, Greg Plitt, Rich Piana, where you still die gorgeous and everything else. Marilyn Monroe, right? Died gorgeous too. You gotta live every day like it's your last one, because one of these days you're gonna be right. But if you are fortunate enough to live a long life, realize that some of these other things that you're looking for, status, titles, money, things like that, looks especially, right? Looks, holy smokes, they're gonna go away, okay? So get ready for that. Get ready for that, motherfucker, especially if you're a good-looking guy or a hot chick. Have some other attributes, and people that do, it's like, I don't give a fuck. I started ugly. I started at 108 pounds and was buck teeth, and so if I get ugly, I'll get ugly again. I'll try to make up for it with the physique, but it is what it is, right? I'm getting old. I get that. I don't care, So have something else to contribute, because humility is gonna slap you six ways from Sunday. Look at some of the greats out there. Muhammad Ali. He would predict the fights. He's gonna fall in 9. I'm gonna hit him. The time that I hit him, he closed his eyes. He blinked. When he blinked, that's when when the audience blinked. That's when my guy fell down. He was very poetic and fast talking. He talked super duper fast. Right? Makes me sound like I've got like I've had 10 drinks and I'm slurring my words compared to how he was with his enunciations, his tonality, his wit, right? He's fast, he's funny. And then all of a sudden he hits that Parkinson's, right? and it slowed him down. People, well, he wasn't humble. Yeah, he was very humble. The thing with Muhammad Ali is he's an entertainer, guys, right? So when you entertain people, you come across as maybe not being so humble, maybe not be so, you know, maybe be more prideful than you really are in real life. Okay, being in the entertainment business, I get it. Not very many people do, so sometimes you get misunderstood, misinterpreted. Tito Ortiz is another one, you know. And it's heartbreaking, too, when it's going to be like a family member like my dad who was, 10 or 12 world titles. And all of a sudden, he's having trouble walking because he's got a compressed back, sciatic nerve, elbow problems, shoulders are bone on bone, rotator cuffs completely torn out. He's got multiple injury on top of injury. That's bad enough. But then on top of that, he's got Parkinson's, right? So, holy smokes. That's just nuts. The first time I really noticed it, because when he just had the little shaking, he and I were in so much denial. It's like, my mom brought it up. You know, we have Parkinson's. That's bullshit. Get out of here with that, right? He was pulling 668 at age 56. This didn't bother him. So it has nothing to do with it. He doesn't have it. It's just a nerve pinched from lifting too much weight, right? That's what I thought. That's what he thought. My wife and my mom called it early. And then all of a sudden, the time I noticed it is we were going across the street, and I start sprinting across the street. Come on, Dad, you usually beating me, right? He was a fast college athlete and everything else, D-line and all this stuff, big and strong, 10 or 12 world titles in powerlifting. And I look back, and he's in the middle of the street. I'm like, come on, Dad, let's go. He's like, man, I'm coming as fast as I can. And it was just because he had the Parkinson's, and I didn't realize it at the time. It was just starting to kick in. And, that could be any of us at any time. Now, granted, what's nice is if you do like Muhammad Ali or like my dad, and you establish this phenomenal, beautiful legacy, everybody's still going to love you. So don't be a jackass and have people hate you, because you're going to have a miserable last part of your life, man, and you might as well just take a bullet and boom, right? Because everybody's going to be like, fucking deserved it, he's a jackass. So don't fall into that rule. You never know, what's going to happen later on down the line, right? So unless you plan on thinking you're going to be able to take care of yourself, or you just want to continue to be an asshole, and you get old and you have problems, and then you're an asshole to your nurses and doctors, and if you want to be a pain in the ass from cradle to grave, that's on you, right? You got that line there, that birth date, death date. As soon as we're born, we have a death date as well. We just don't know what it is yet, right? So once that death date hits, bada bing, bada boom, you got birth date, death date. Now that's going to stand for your legacy, or it can stand up for the time on the earth that you piddled around and slap-dicked around and just wasted your time and everybody else's. Or you could be a demonic person who destroys the world. Don't fucking do that. And, or you can be somebody that just kind of goes through the motions. So, I advise, go for a legacy. Some people get intimidated about, I'm not going for a legacy. I don't need to do these great big things. Pebbles, right? Pebbles in the pond. Remember that. You throw a little tiny pebble in the pond, it creates ripples, okay? People aren't going to know who the fuck Showtime is when he passes away, probably, right? Everybody's going to forget about him in a day, probably. But if he puts into the universe positive vibes and contributes more than he takes, guess what happens? Well, that creates that ripple effect, right? And things start happening, and somebody does something for somebody else and paying it forward. The world's much bigger than ourselves, and we cannot sit here and go, oh, what about me? Fuck. It's one person, right? And even somebody, I'm a family man. That's great. You take care of your family, but there's other people outside of your family. So you got to look past the mirror and even look past your own backyard, right? And help others the best you can. The best you can. You don't have to be like some of these entrepreneurs that drive me nuts. Like, oh, if you can't contribute financially, you wasted your life. Bullshit. What about these fucking guys and gals that are teachers and doctors and lawyers? And some of them are making some money, but the teachers sure as hell aren't. Coaches aren't, right? But what happens? They change lives. They reach thousands and thousands of people. They change lives. They change the world. So don't give me that shit that you have to be a millionaire in order to contribute or change the world. It's not true. So remember your volunteer time. your time and energy, your love, all that stuff is just as valuable, if not more valuable, than money. So don't think you have to contribute millions. Just do it if you have it. I mean, I'm not saying don't contribute financially. If you can contribute financially, fucking do it. You can change the world with money too if you use it for good things. Money is not evil. It's the people that do bad things with money that are evil. If it gets in the right hands, it's a phenomenal thing. It's badass. Taking up way too much of y'all's time. Have an awesome weekend. This has been Showtime with Showtime Shredded Fitness. Size, growth, get big, and be humble, motherfucker. Just like Showtime. Be humble. Love ya.